What is up, Merce Nation? Javier Mercedes here to test these two microphones going into these audio recorders. Who's gonna win? All right, so I just started a podcast myself, Passion in Progress, and in doing so, there's questions that you ask like, what microphone should I get? And I feel like the Shure SM7B is the standard in the industry for podcasting. Now, that being said, I have here an SM58. Now, what I really want to do is I want to test how these microphones sound going into different audio recorders. Right here, we have the H6N. We have the H4N, which is cheaper than the H6N, and then we have the F8. I don't really want to get into the particulars of why each recorder is a good recorder. I just want to see how they sound testing it with an SM7B and with an SM58. I'm going to cut to the camera audio to let you guys hear how this space actually sounds coming from a boom. And that's cool. It probably sounds really roomy, so I'm just going to switch back to the SM7B. When you're talking to somebody, you're probably like this far away, so let's see how that sounds. And then if your talent is this far away, see how that picks up with the microphone. I'm going to keep talking as I get closer to the microphone, and then I'm going to go like this. Plosives, plosives, plosives. It's really nice to have something like this on the microphone. So that is the SM7B going into the H6N. Now, here's me on the SM58. If you are the talent and you're talking to the other person during the podcast, you'll probably be somewhere around here, sitting at a table. Maybe you could get really close. Here's the proximity effect. Or if the talent is way out here, here's how they would sound all the way back here and getting closer to the mic. I'm going to switch it to the H4N really quick, and we'll see how that sounds. This is the H4N with the SM7B. I am talking into the microphone, talking back here, and I'm talking back here, talking, and I'm getting closer to the mic, closer to the mic. This is at 89 volume, or rec volume right now. That's the SM7B. Let's switch it over to the SM58. All right, so it looks like the SM58 is pretty good on levels. I actually have the same levels that I had for the SM7B. I'm just going to keep talking to you guys over there, and then I'm going to get closer to the mic, and then I'm going to get back here. And if I were talking on a podcast, hello there. What's up, Merce Nation? Welcome to Passion in Progress, podcast with me, Javier Mercedes. This is the SM58. All right, so here is the F8. Probably more like a field recorder for video editing and things of that nature, but this is the F8. This is me talking probably at a normal spot for a podcast. All right, I'm going to back up. Here is me talking back here. If your talent gets all the way back here, and here is me getting closer to the microphone, talking into the microphone. Really close up, proximity effect back to normal. And now I'm going to switch this to the SM58. Here is me talking into the SM58. SM58, getting closer to the microphone for that nice effect. Maybe getting a little plosives in the microphone. Actually, let me take this guy, put it on here, see if that does. Getting all those plosives, no more plosives. So that would give you an idea of if you put something on the microphone and you could get this close to the microphone. If you were like this, hello, I'm going to take this off because I didn't do those other tests with this one. And I'm going to go back here if your talent gets all the way back here and they're talking into the microphone. And I'm going to talk at the same level, getting closer to the mic and farther away from the mic. How does this sound? I don't know. I will find out later when I put headphones on. So here we go. All right, it is a new day. I have shaved and all of those things. I'm wearing something different. It's okay because it's YouTube, you know? Can't do everything in one day. I just got done listening to those files and there's a couple things that I want to bring up. With the H4N, the lowest costing recorder, there's a hiss there. The noise level of turning up the levels that you need to, that's too much for something like the SM7B. I personally think that there's too much hiss in the recorder in order to warrant getting it for a podcast. It definitely works. Like, this is the F8. This is me talking. This is the H4N with the SM7B. I would highly suggest stepping up to an H6. I think the F8 for podcasting is maybe a little overkill, but what's nice about it is it does have redundant backups, so you can put two SD cards in there. And I cannot stress enough, doing redundant backups, especially if you have an interview that is really important. You don't want to botch that interview because one of your SD cards messed up. The other thing that I want to say is that the SM7B and the SM58 did not sound any different from recorder to recorder, but the microphones themselves sound different. So to me, the SM7B, this guy right here, has more capabilities and more options for you in post to bring me back up. It treats the dynamics of your talking with a little bit more warmth, I want to say. But with the SM58, I think that microphone sounds great as well. It's just a little bit thinner than the SM7B. And hopefully if I play these back, you'll notice. The SM7B. Here's me on the SM58. This is the H4n with the SM7B. The SM58 is pretty good on levels. This is the F8. This is me talking. SM58. So again, the big takeaways are, I think the H4n brings a little bit too much hiss by how much you have to turn up the levels on the H4n. And then the H6 and the F8 are, they're just kind of world-class recorders. If for anything that you would need to just go record a podcast, it's definitely a great recorder. And then the SM7B is a little bit more full-bodied, and the only other thing is that, I mean, it's a little bit bigger, but that's not really what the comparison is here. I think I would, if you can afford it, I would go an H6 with an SM7B for your setup. Hands down, that will get your job done, and you won't have to worry about your equipment sounding great. You can just focus on doing a great podcast. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you're looking to get into podcasting, go ahead and check out my podcast, Passion in Progress. It's about interviewing people in what they are passionate about. So I'll maybe play you a clip right here. I think it's a part of the trying to create the least amount of friction from you and your creative idea.
That is perfect. That's exactly right. Filmmaking is a team sport. There's no other way to put it. I mean, like, it is, if you are trying to do it all on your own, I don't think you're gonna get very far. Or you will plateau probably a lot sooner than you want to.
Don't forget to subscribe. If you found this helpful, leave me a comment down below and tell me how I can improve my content. Until next time, I will see you guys on the next one.